1999, I'm finishing up my last year. I was actually in Springfield, Massachusetts, playing in the American Hockey League. Then we became the New Haven Beast of all things. And so you're trying to decide what's going on. We ended up losing out. The summer comes along, and I was getting ready to go over to Europe. And I get a phone call. Obviously, being part of the organization from the time I was in juniors, Craig Brush happened to be part of with Mr. Carmano, who owned my OHL team. Go through the summer, haven't made a decision yet. Bob Ferguson's then the GM and head coach here, and about, I would say, mid to the end of July, I'm in Michigan, still training, still around, which then now is the Plymouth Whalers franchise of the Ontario Hockey League, skating with the guys, and thought, well, hockey in Southwest Florida. The myth was if you went overseas at that point, you probably weren't coming back. So I said, well, it can't hurt. I'll come down and play in Southwest Florida. And I got in a car, I think, August 25th, 26th, whatever it is, packed it up, and I said, I'll drive down to Florida. Maybe it's a short stint, get a job, come back up to the American Hockey League and go from there. Well, I think it's 2017, June now, and I haven't left. So that kind of brought me to Florida. The weather, to be honest, everybody thinks about wearing flip-flops to an ice rink. And I grew up in Buffalo, New York, so flip-flops and shorts to an ice rink were pretty special. So, and when you got down here, what is obviously the second year of the organization, as we were talking before, 5,500 people a night. And my first year, I think we lose 17 games all year. A great bunch of guys. Guys going back to Hugh Hamilton, Terry Lindgren, who's still in the area. The captain of our team at the time was a guy by the name of Eric Rude, played college hockey, but it was a lot of fun. Jason Morgan, who ends up going on to play in the NHL, he was our second line center at that time. We just had a great group of guys, along with Reggie Berg, who obviously I played pretty much my entire career. Reg had stints going everywhere. He liked to leave town for a while, go and come back, but played on the same line for a long time. So it made it easy to transition down here, and I've now made it my home. For Mr. Carmanos and Mr. Twayhughes and Mr. Brush, obviously at the time, and this has to go back to 1996, 95, to have the foresight to say, hey, there's this great piece of dirt, obviously being in real estate, to have the foresight. You see people doing this now all around here, and it's amazing to me to say, hey, we're going to put a team in Southwest Florida that at the time, when I was flying in and out of here, you could park directly across the street from the airport and walk in, and there was no hour and a half before flights. I was running on flights 25 minutes before because it was just this little regional airport. And to say, we're going to do this. We're not only going to build a great facility for minor league hockey team, we're going to put 2 pads there, and we're going to grow youth hockey. Obviously, I've stayed in touch with Dave Kessel, who ran the rink, now Carl Mosiniak on the youth side, and you look at the growth of youth hockey in Southwest Florida, and that goes along with how good the team's done here. To me, I get a different perspective owning a company down here now, being in real estate, and you go, man, using a proper terminology, that took some big cojones for them to pull the trigger on this dirt to build this facility at that time and say, you know what, if they build it, people will come. Fast forward to that first year, people are getting their feet wet. There was excitement in the air. By year 2, Bob Ferguson and Craig Brush gave us as players an opportunity to succeed with the players they brought in here and the success we had, and the fan base just grew. I don't even think words describe what it was like to come to Southwest Florida from our original conversation, see 5,500 people a night in the stands. You had suites in there, and this place was absolutely electric start to finish. You can't say enough about how good they were to us.